Surely by now you are well aware that a new expansion for Guild Wars 2 has been announced. How could you avoid it at this point? Just look at all these videos. Wowee, you guys are working hard out there. I commend you. So like a good creator following the hype, I decided I would throw my burning tire on the tire fire. So this is actually really cool. ArenaNet announces the expansion and then says, yeah, it's pretty much finished, so it'll be here in 2 months. So let's scroll through this page here and let's see what we got. So let's talk story. What do we know so far? We last left off the story, the Dragon Cycle ended, and we're now preparing ourselves for a brand new threat to face. Hasn't really been confirmed what exactly the threat is, but based on all these images, it looks to be some sort of grotesque demons that invade the world through portals. And my god, look at this concept art. Like, what even is that? There appears to be a new faction called the Astral Ward, which is dedicated to fighting these demons, which are called the Cryptis, I think. Cryptis. But look here, it says additional features and planned updates every quarter. There's gonna be so much to do, so much fun to be had. Prepare to enter a realm of mystery and magic hidden above the clouds. We will get 2 aerial maps, and I think that implies that these maps are just massive islands floating way up in the sky. That's kind of cool. And explore the nooks and crannies of the Wizard's Tower. That's right, the Wizard's Tower is finally going to be involved after years of just sitting there idle. All right, we got new strikes, new fractals, the 2 new maps, Skywatch Archipelago and Amnatas, is that how you say it? Which is home to the Wizard's Court and the Astral Ward. We're gonna get new masteries, one of which seems to be tied to this spinny thing. Very cool. Which seems to have some sort of connection to the new Rift Hunt content they're adding, which seems to be like you open the gates and enemies flood through and you fight the enemies for rewards. Master the Skies. It's only fitting if we're gonna be way up in the air that they drop some updates to the flying mounts. They're gonna add a new streamlined way of getting the sky scale, which is very cool since the existing way is hyper tedious. But don't fret if you already have the sky scale, you'll receive bonus effects on the sky scale masteries. And all this sort of stuff gets applied to previous areas of the game as well. Alright, loot goblins, gather round. I know this is really what you care about. Hey, ANET, what's in it for me? What cool new stuff do I get for playing? Well, if you're a PvP or World vs. World player, the answer is pretty much nothing. We have new armor sets, weapon sets, mount sets, blah blah, whatever. But the big one is a new PvE legendary armor set. Previously, to get PvE legendary armor, you had to do raids, but they're saying that this one's going to be obtainable through general open world content. Okay, but for real, all jokes and everything aside, I think this is actually a really cool idea. I myself have a set of legendary World vs. World armor, and I can say the amount of effort and just the time commitment alone that's required to get a legendary set is just a lot to ask, especially for a relatively casual player. Legendary armor is such a useful tool to have, and making a set more easily obtainable, I think is such a good idea. I'm in full support of that. And also, look at the concept art here. Like, this is looking pretty cool. I mean, fingers crossed that medium set doesn't transform into a trench coat. It seems they're also going to rework daily and weekly reward systems with the Wizard's Vault. We're getting a whole bunch of unique rewards and loot through it, and they've already revealed this Griffin skin that they're giving away as part of it. And they say they're going to switch up the rewards every once in a while, so to me it kind of seems like, dare I say, seasonal rewards, but you know, not ripe with terrible microtransactions like they are in most games. It also implies that you're going to be able to pick and choose your dailies. So let's say you're a PvP player, you can choose to have more PvP dailies, and vice versa depending on whatever game mode you play. Now a big difference this time around is the build craft and combat changes. First is the rune rework and relics. In the simplest explanation, the way that I understand it, is they are reworking runes to be just stat bonuses and then they're adding a new item, relics, which will give you a special bonus effect on top of that. So in theory, this should allow you to get really creative with your build, because you should be able to mix and match any rune stat bonus with any rune special effect. But let's talk about the big one here. They are not adding elite specs this time around. Instead, they're making big changes to weapon access. Each profession will gain access to weapons that were previously locked behind their elite specs, as well as access to other weapons that they say they're going to add a bit later on. Personally, I'm interested in using longbow with willbender or firebrand, because I've had enough of using scepter. It's kind of boring. Anyways, I think that's going to do it. I think that's all I'm really going to cover for now. Honestly, if you want to know more, you can check out the release page, you can check out the blog posts about the expansion. Personally, I think that's the better thing to do than watching a video like this anyway, but hey, you're the one watching it. Go ahead and pre-order it if you're interested. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and tell me in the comments what part of this expansion you are most interested in. I hope to see you later on in another video. Thank you.